We're excited about what we do because we know we're making a difference, not only to the students here, but to industry around us and to the United States and the world. If you think of the state of Maine as being a business, and if you're a business, you ask yourself, what are my key assets? Well, we have large natural resources. We have wood. We also have this ocean, which is a large natural resource. So how do we, as a state of Maine, become world leaders in technologies related to these assets? We are now the largest research center in any university in the state of Maine, and we're the largest structures and materials lab in any university in the United States. We help companies from across the country and the world figure out how to build things with smarter and better materials that would last longer with a smaller environmental footprint. When we started doing research in ocean energy, we wanted to test floating wind turbine technologies, and we realized there's no place in the United States where we can have a wave basin that has also a wind tunnel on it, so we can test waves and wind environments. So we started a plan back 5 years ago to develop really not just any ocean engineering lab, but one that is really not like anyone else in the world. That we're able to create almost any ocean environment out there. And there's all kinds of interest nationally and internationally to use this facility. We've had companies come from Scotland and Europe come over here and use this facility to test wave energy devices. And now they're partnered with us to actually bring their technology to the US. Here's an example of how our relationships with international companies is helping Maine grow jobs. Maine has 156 gigawatts of offshore wind capacity, and it takes only 2.4 gigawatts to power the whole state. So we're looking for ways to bring this energy cost effectively back to the state of Maine. And as a result of that, we've developed a technology called Volturnus. It's a floating wind turbine technology made with concrete, so it can be produced here in the state of Maine. We've had a lot of interest from multinational companies. One of those companies we're working with is called DCNS, a company owned partly by the French government that builds submarines and others. And companies like that bring technology, they bring capital, they bring people to the state of Maine. And that's really what it's all about at the end of the day, to connect with companies like that. One of the things we try to do is try to figure out where the future is going to be and get there first. One of the things that we believe will happen in the composite industry is that the industry will move to structural thermoplastics. Thermoplastics are materials that can be 100% recycled, and they can be produced a lot faster. And we're looking at ways to actually produce parts by stamping a part just like you stamp sheet metal. We have about 30 companies from across the U.S. working with us. So Maine is leading the country to develop a national roadmap for these products, and which we believe will maybe the future of composites. We couldn't do this alone. We're doing it because we're all working together with this university, the state, as well as the private companies that are working together. And that's really a recipe for success. Being named Innovator of the Year by the Maine International Trade Center is a great recognition for us. There's nothing better than being recognized in your own state.